friends. I'm your host, Dr. Elizabeth Ssemanda, medical intuitive, healer, and life coach. And you're listening to Stepping into Soul Power, the podcast for people who understand that we are more than just our physical bodies. Here we explore healing, medical intuition, help you identify your blocks, and give you the strategies to empower the soul in you. All right, today we are focusing on the concept of healing and energy healing. Believe it or not, there are many different types of energy healing, and we'll be interviewing an expert on this subject, Reiki Master Extraordinaire, Mr. Gary Shunk. Mr. Gary Shunk, thanks for joining us.
You're very welcome. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, so for those of us, those in the audience who aren't really familiar with Reiki, what it is, can you tell us a little bit about it, like from your perspective?
From my perspective, Reiki is a universal energy that's everywhere. This energy is within us and around us, and Reiki allows the energy to flow from the healer to the person receiving the healing. So, very simple, very beautiful, not complicated.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And tell us, you're a Reiki master. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey, like how that came to be, how you embarked on your journey to become a Reiki healer?
Yeah, I always felt that my hands had some sort of healing power. That was later in my life, like 10, 12 years ago. And so I had considered becoming a massage therapist. But where I live, there's like 3 massage people for every 2 people. So there's a lot of massage people out there. So anyway, I had heard about Reiki. I'd read a book about it that was written 12, 10, 15 years ago. Mm-hmm. And so in one of the local throwaway newspapers, I saw a person in Longmont that was advertising, come see Reiki, get a demonstration, hear a little bit of information about it. So I went up to her office in Longmont, and she talked about Reiki. But the thing that really got me was that she shared some Reiki with each one of us for about 10, 15 minutes. And I could feel the energy of it. I could feel the warmth of it. And it really impressed me. So I signed up with her almost immediately to learn Reiki 1. And that's the first step. Reiki has Reiki 1, Reiki 2, Reiki 3. And that's, some people say there's Reiki 4, which would be master then teacher, but it's all good. So I signed up with her for Reiki 1 and learned Reiki 1. She taught it within a day. So sometimes people spread it out over a couple of weekends, but this was Reiki 1 in a day. And it was very, very interesting. I could feel it. She opened up the chakras in my hands and my feet and my heart and my crown. That's what allows the Reiki to flow, is through the chakras in your feet and the chakras in your hands. Excuse me. And so I practiced that for about a year and a half, just on friends, family a little bit. And then I met another woman who was available to teach Reiki 2 and Reiki 3. So I took about a year pause. I wasn't in a rush. I didn't want to just go. I just wanted to take at a pace that I felt like I could do it justice. And so about a year later, I took Reiki 2. And in Reiki 2, you learn different symbols associated with Reiki. There's certain symbols for emotional healing. There's certain symbols for distance healing, so that I'm able to send healing Reiki energy at great distances, and which I have done all around the world, and it's quite amazing. So, and then about a year after that, I took Reiki Master teacher from her. And that's when I was given a master symbol, and also I learned how to teach Reiki. And so that was amazing. That was a very, very spiritual experience for me. It was just quite amazing. So, and then since then I've taught basically one-on-one, one-on-two, and I'm not going to be doing 20 people at one weekend or anything like that. That's crazy. So I prefer to do a smaller one-on-one, one-on-two, and it makes it more personal, and I just think it's warmer.
Yes.
And that's what I've been doing. And that's how I met Elizabeth.
Yes. He is my Reiki master teacher. and very well known and respected in the town of in our town, Louisville, and in Boulder area. Just to kind of build on what you're talking about. So Reiki is this universal energy that's everywhere. There are many different types of Reiki. Like, how did you decide on the one that you're practicing right now?
Well, at the time, that was what was being offered. Is called Usui Reiki, and I honestly don't know if the other Reikis had come to be yet, because there's 2 other Reikis, Reiki Fire, and I can't remember the name of the other one. So, but yeah, there's 2 other versions of Reiki. I have not taken those. I'm completely content and satisfied with Usui Reiki. That was probably, I guess, the original Reiki that was discovered by Master Usui and passed down through 2 or 3 people, and eventually brought to the United States. So I haven't experienced the other Reikis yet. There's always time, but I just haven't. So.
And as you've had your healing practice, what's one of the things that your healing practice does that most people don't expect?
A decent night's sleep. That is the most common response I get from people, whether I'm doing it live in person or whether I'm sending distance Reiki, is I call everyone the next day and just say, hey, well, how was it? What did you experience? Just so we could bond a little deeper. And the most common response I get is, Gary, I slept for 12 hours. I never have slept for 12 hours in my life. Wow. Because Reiki is relaxing. That's what Reiki's all about, is relaxing. So that's a very, 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 very common response.
And I'm going to say this as a psychiatrist, that insomnia, the inability to sleep, is one of the most pressing problems that we have right now. And people are doing they're taking all kinds of medications and, to try and get sleep when this is an option that people don't often think about.
Right.
And as you have, as you've been doing your practice, your healing practice, what have you found to be empowering to you?
Well, when the Reiki flows through me, I get to experience it as well. and it's very healing. It's very centering. It's very much close to my heart, close to my spirit, if you will. And people benefit so much from it that for me, it's a aspect of service, to be able to do this and bring it to people that are suffering, or people that need assistance, or people that need some healing. That's what moves me the most, is just to be able to offer it to people and see everyone benefits from it in some way. It doesn't heal instantly. That's not what it's all about, but it provides the body the ability to heal itself. And that's what Reiki's all about. Reiki relaxes the cells of the body so that they can vibrate at a normal rate. If there's disease present, sometimes the cells vibrate too high or they vibrate too low. And so Reiki brings it to the normal vibrational rate of the cells of the body, which is then the body goes, okay, now I can get to work. I can start the healing process. So.
Wow. And as you do your practice and you see clients, are there any underrated tools that you found to be particularly indispensable for your job?
No. I mean, not really. I like to play some nice music, but as far as tools, I stick to the standard practice of the hand placements, because the hand placements start at the head, down across the face, chest, stomach, torso, legs, feet, and I just stick with. That's how it was taught to me, and that's how Master Usui presented it to people, that this is the way you should place your hands in this particular order. And then that, I just stick with it, and it works. I'm not trying to improve it. I'm not trying to change it. I'm just going with what works, and it does work. It works very well. So.
Wow. And for clients who are thinking of getting some sort of Reiki energy healing, are there things that they can do in preparation for a session or in between session to help the process?
There's no preparation that needs to happen before, other than being open and letting me know what's really going on. Not trying to hide anything. Not that anybody would, but just being like, okay, I have liver cancer, or okay, I've had some problems with breast cancer. Just expressing what their past is, so that I can focus more specifically during the healing session, doing the entire body first, and then coming back to areas that need a little bit extra energy. So afterwards, I always have them prepare for emotional release, sadness, emotional stuff can come up, and let's let it go. And just to be aware, pay attention to what you're feeling, because that's key in the whole process, because Reiki works on the body, the emotions, and the spiritual level. So there's 3 levels that Reiki works at. Always start with the body first, and then proceed forward after that. So.
Yes, I absolutely believe that the body, the emotions, and the spiritual level, and then you've also you've also talked about, yes, there's Reiki, but then there's intuitive Reiki. Can you tell us a little bit about that practice, intuitive Reiki, what that means?
Well, it's basically about scanning the body, using the hands and slowly just passing them down over the person's body, starting at the head, just slowly down face, neck, chest, torso, abdomen, down through the knees and then the feet. So it's just kind of being sensitive to either hot spots or cold spots. And I can do this in person. It works really well. I've also done it from a distance and get a feel for, maybe there's a trouble spot. Or I did it once for a dog. I was sending Reiki to a dog, and I just went down the dog's spine. And then when I got to the neck, I felt like, there's something on the neck that's not right. And so I called the woman and I said, run your fingers down his spine. And when you get to the neck, let me know what you feel. And she did that, and she felt a lump.
Wow.
And so from there, she had to go to a vet and see what else was going on. But it's really about trusting my intuition and also trusting the energy of what I sense and feel in the body. Like I said, it can be a cold spot. One time I was treating a woman who is having a lot of trouble with her liver. She'd done a lot of chemotherapy.
Yes.
And the area of her liver felt really cold. And that she said, yeah, my liver is taking a beating from the chemotherapy. So I gave her a little extra in that area. So,
and can you so is there some sort of when you say hot spot and cold spot, like what are you inferring to? Like what's the meaning? Like if someone has a hot spot, what does that mean? Versus when someone has a cold spot, what does that mean?
Well, I think with the hot spot, it means there's a whole lot of energy going on in this one certain area of the body. So maybe there's inflammation or, the body's working overtime in that area. In the case of this woman with her liver area being cold, it was like it was shut down.
Wow.
It wasn't vibrating. It wasn't at a normal temperature. So it really is a temperature thing. You can sense it just by scanning the body. It's called Boysen scanning. That's what the name of it is, Boysen scanning.
Wow. Wow, that's just think about, I love to think about what it would be like if physicians had, had a Reiki practitioners actually doing scans on even before we see clients, and like how that could change healthcare. I want to ask you about, you've been doing this for some time, and I guess I want to ask you about your mission, your vision. Like what are you hoping to accomplish? What would you like to see happen?
I'd just like to see a continuing unfolding of being able to give Reiki in person now that the COVID is dying down, although I don't think it's dying down. I think that's just fiction. It's still very present. But continued ability to treat people in person when it's possible, and also distance Reiki. Distance Reiki works so well. I mean, I have literally sent it around the world, and everyone experiences something. So that tells me that we are all connected on a very magical, wonderful level, and also to continue to teach. When someone comes forward, like you did, begging me. But yeah, so they just continue that unfolding of giving Reiki and teaching people how to do Reiki. So,
and as far as over the course of the years, I'm sure you've come across different resources that have really spoken to you. Are there any resources for our audience that you would recommend to them for reading if they're interested in Reiki, if they're interested in energy healing?
Yeah, you can. There is a very large Reiki organization. It's www.reiki.org, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And that contains all kinds of information about Reiki, where it came from. And then I haven't been to it lately. I believe you can figure out Reiki people in your area. But definitely, if you're interested in it, just Google Reiki and see what comes up. You're likely to find the main Reiki site, and you're also likely to find Reiki practitioners in your area that would be willing to give you Reiki, teach you Reiki. I was going to say something else, but I forgot.
Oh, no worries, no worries. So www.reiki.org, a great resource to start helping you connect with others who are interested in Reiki and as well as practitioners. And for our I guess for our listeners, I always like to ask our guests to give us a taste of like what it's like to connect with you, to work with you. And I'm wondering if you'd be able to take us through like a short visualization.
Sure. I think the most important thing before giving Reiki is there's two things. The first is to give yourself Reiki, because that pulls me into the feeling of Reiki more and more. And then to stay grounded. So we can definitely do a short little grounding visualization. And so to do that, I would ask everyone to close your eyes and just listen to my voice. Sit in your chair or on the floor, wherever you're sitting, and just feel the earth and the gravity of the earth pulling down on your body, onto your butt, if you will, and your feet. Just feel gravity keeping you in place. It's a very wonderful feeling to be grounded. And then visualize a grounding cord. It can be like an electric cord, it could be a rope, it can be a tree root. And imagine this cord, this tree root, going down, 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 down through the layers of the earth, down deeper, deeper to the center of the earth, where you see a bright, glowing globe of energy, of light, of molten rock, if you will. And you want to plug your grounding cord into that ball of light, wrap it around it, and just feel connected to it. Just feel everything that's going on throughout the day. Just feel it travel down your body, down to the grounding cord, and back into the earth. Mother Earth can recycle all the worries and the cares and the distractions that happen during the day, and just let all those things go. No need to cling on to them. Mother Earth can recycle them perfectly well. And just let all the day's cares and worries just flow down out of your body, down the grounding cord, into the earth. And now imagine chakras on the bottom of your feet. And imagine that healing earth energy is coming up from the earth, in whatever color that comes to mind, green, red, brown, orange, yellow, and feel it flowing up through the bottoms of your feet, circling around your feet, up around your ankles, up around your shins and calves, just healing, warm, relaxing energy around your knees, circling around your thighs, up to your hips. And then when it gets to the hips and the pelvis, just shoot that energy back down into the earth. And this helps further ground you to Mother Earth. A very important thing to be grounded. And now imagine, if you will, the top of your head, this chakra at the top of your head opening up, and see a beam of light coming down from the heavens. It can be whatever color comes to you: blue, silver, golden, white light, violet, purple, entering into your crown chakra and just cascading down around your head, circling down around your face, the back of your head, circling down around your neck, spilling down over your shoulders, circling your arms, down your forearms, down to your fingers, shooting out your fingertips, and then continuing down, circling around your torso, your back, just healing, relaxing, heavenly energy around your torso, down around your hips, down around your thighs, down around your knees, down your shins and calves, to your feet, and then bring this energy back up through your legs, your hips, your torso, on up, shooting back out the top of your head, and just cascading down around your aura, feeling it relaxing, connected to the earth. The body's totally relaxed. And take a couple nice deep breaths. And just let the relaxation vibrate within you. All the worries and troubles of the day gone. All aches and pains gone. Another couple nice deep breaths. And then when you're ready, slowly open your eyes and come back into the room.
Oh, thank you. Very, very, very relaxing, very grounding. Like I think a wonderful exercise to be when you're actually probably to do before you go to bed.
Yeah. One thing I realized about a month ago is I saw a picture of a tree and all of the roots that came down into the earth. It was like a schematic of a tree.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought about the body and how all of the nerves come down out of the brain, down the spine, and then the nerves move through your entire body like tree roots. And then it just dawned on me that I know for myself, a lot of time I'm just up here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm up here, but I need to be in my body, in this, not so much always locked up here. And this is, we all get locked up here from time to time, but to come down into the body, because that's the home. The body is the home for our intellect,
Yes,
our spirit, and our emotions. So it's a good place to be.
yes. Oh, I love it. I love it. And for our I know we're moving towards the end, but I do want to ask you if you could give our listeners just one tip, like one thing that they could do to really to step in to their own personal spirit, their own personal power. What would that be?
Sure. Well, I would say that for me, it's always been about meditation. I've been meditating for 50 years, and it's about taking our attention, which always tends to go out, and turning the attention back within. So it's just stepping back into ourselves and just paying attention. We don't have to think, just follow the breath, feel, because feelings are so important.
Mm.
Feeling calm, feeling peaceful, feeling joy, feeling happiness. That's, I think, the best starting point. And just pay attention to what you want to have happen in your life. I want more joy. I want more peace, because the heart thirsts for that.
Ooh.
But we tend to think that we can somehow consume it, but it's always right there. So I think just taking the time to turn within is probably the most powerful thing that someone can do to start to feel, what do I want in my life? What do I want to experience in my life? So,
oh, beautiful. And for our listeners who are interested in connecting with you and in getting a Reiki healing, or even having you as their master teacher, how can they find you? Where's the best, or where's the best place for them to go?
Well, I don't have a website at the moment because the website kind of fell apart. So I need to recreate one. Right now, the best way would be through email, and that's just gary.shunk@gmail.com. That's probably the best way.
Hey, it's to the point. We know exactly where. No, there's no. We know exactly how to get into contact with you. Yes, and so I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being on the show. It's been an honor to hear your story and to learn more about healing Reiki and how it really can change the lives of people in such a positive way. And especially I loved hearing about the sleep, because I have so many. Now I can send my patients to you. My insomnia patients.
Yeah, even if it's just a couple extra hours of sleep. One guy told me he sleeps 3 hours a night, and I'm like, wow. But now after a treatment, he was able to sleep 6 hours, which for him was doubling his sleep time.
Yes. So, no, it really...
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it makes a huge... Trust me, people spend a lot of money on drugs like Ambien when you could just get a Reiki session and be and feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Without the hangover in the morning. So,
yeah. Well, it was a pleasure being here. It's good to see you.
Yes, thanks.
I'm happy I could do this.
Yes. So many blessings to you.
Yes. Alrighty.
All right. Bye. And with that, it is time for our next segment. Yes, it's time for our soul power statement of the week. Yes. And it is, what if I took the time to turn within? It reminds me of a quote by Albert Einstein. There are two ways to live. You can live as if nothing is a miracle. You can live as if everything is a miracle. Our inner world is the basis of how we experience life. So I want you all today, this week, to recognize your inner experience as a miracle that you have the power to direct. And with that, friends, we have come to the end of our time. I love hearing from you. So please comment below, subscribe to our podcast, write us a review, let us know how we're doing. And if you are interested in your own medical intuitive reading and healing or coaching, or even if you just want to be on the podcast, so send us a message at www.soulinyou.com, souling you. And finally, If no one else has told you this today, I will. Thank you for being authentically you. The soul in me honors the soul in you. Disclaimer, this podcast is for spiritual and or entertainment purposes and is not a substitute for medical diagnosis, healthcare treatment, or professional advice. Each person is so unique, so please consult your healthcare professional for any medical questions.